the Lego Castle of Friendship. In a world made entirely of tiny plastic bricks, lived two Lego characters: Captain Mark, a brave sailor known for his adventures on the high seas, and Lara, a creative architect who could build anything from Lego, from small houses to grand castles. One day, as Mark returned from his latest sea voyage, he noticed a massive, unfinished castle on the shore of a new town. Intrigued, he decided to get closer and saw Lara diligently working on her masterpiece. Her concentration was so intense that she didn't notice Mark approaching. "Hello there," Mark called out cheerfully. "That's an impressive structure you're building." Lara looked up, a bit surprised, but pleased to see a friendly face. "Thanks. I'm Lara, and I'm trying to create the biggest castle this town has ever seen. I'm almost done, but I could use some help." Mark smiled. "I'm Captain Mark. I may not be an architect, but I have strong hands and a lot of enthusiasm. I'd love to help." And so, their summer together began. Mark and Lara quickly became friends, working side by side every day. Mark learned how to carefully place the Lego bricks, while Lara shared her architectural vision and creative techniques. They spent their days building, laughing, and sharing stories of their past adventures. In the evenings, they explored the town, discovering hidden Lego treasures and enjoying the local festivities. They built small projects for the townspeople, like playgrounds for children and intricate sculptures for the town square. One day, as they were putting the finishing touches on the grand castle, a sudden storm hit the town. Strong winds and heavy rain threatened to destroy their hard work, but Mark and Lara didn't panic. With determination and teamwork, they reinforced the castle walls and protected their creation from the storm. When the storm passed, the townspeople gathered to admire the beautiful castle that now stood proudly on the shore. It was a symbol of friendship, creativity, and resilience. As summer drew to a close, Mark and Lara stood atop the castle tower, looking out at the sunset. "Thank you, Mark," Lara said, smiling. "I couldn't have done this without you." "And thank you, Lara," Mark replied. "This has been the best summer of my life." With a shared sense of accomplishment, they knew that their friendship was built to last, just like the magnificent Lego castle they had created together. But their adventure was far from over, an unexpected adventure. One bright morning, a few days after the storm, Mark and Lara decided to take a break from building and explore the nearby forest. They had heard rumors of a hidden treasure buried deep within the woods, and their curiosity got the better of them. Armed with a map, a compass, and a sense of adventure, they set off into the forest. The path was winding and overgrown, but Mark's navigational skills and Lara's keen eye for detail kept them on track. They crossed streams, climbed over fallen trees, and marveled at the beauty of the forest. After a few hours of hiking, they came across an old, abandoned campsite. It was clear that someone had been there recently, as there were still embers glowing in the fire pit. They decided to take a short break and investigate the area. "Look, Mark," Lara said, pointing to a set of tracks leading away from the campsite. "These tracks are fresh. Someone must have been here not too long ago." Mark nodded. "Let's follow them. They might lead us to something interesting." As they followed the tracks deeper into the forest, they heard a low growl. Mark and Lara froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. The growl grew louder, and from behind a thicket, a large Lego lion emerged. The lion was majestic, with a flowing mane made of golden bricks, but it also looked agitated and hungry. Mark and Lara slowly backed away, trying not to provoke it. "Stay calm," Mark whispered. We need to think of a way out of this. Lara looked around and noticed a large tree with low-hanging branches nearby. Mark, over there! If we can climb that tree, we might be able to get out of the lion's reach. They made a dash for the tree, the lion close on their heels. Mark boosted Lara up onto the lowest branch, then scrambled up himself just as the lion reached the base of the tree. The lion roared in frustration, circling the tree and pawing at the trunk. From their perch, Mark and Lara could see that the lion wasn't going to leave anytime soon. They needed a plan to distract it and make their escape. Lara, do you have any Lego bricks with you? Mark asked. Lara nodded, pulling out a small bag of bricks from her backpack. Always. What do you have in mind? Mark grinned. Let's build a decoy, something to draw the lion's attention away from us. With swift hands, they assembled a Lego deer, complete with a movable head and legs. They carefully placed the decoy on a lower branch and tied a piece of string to it. Mark gave the string a tug, making the deer move as if it were alive. The lion's attention shifted to the decoy. It watched intently as the Lego deer moved, its instincts kicking in. Mark and Lara took this opportunity to quietly climb down the opposite side of the tree and slip away. They ran through the forest, not stopping until they were sure they had put enough distance between themselves and the lion. Exhausted but relieved, they collapsed onto the ground, catching their breath. That was close, Lara said, still panting. But we did it. We outsmarted the lion. Mark nodded, a proud smile on his face. And we found another way to use our Lego skills. Who knew building a decoy could save our lives? Returned to the castle. After their harrowing encounter with the lion, Mark and Lara decided to head back to the castle. They had enough adventure for one day and were eager to return to the safety of their town. The sun was setting as they made their way through the forest, casting long shadows on the ground. When they finally emerged from the trees, the sight of their magnificent Lego castle filled them with a sense of relief and pride. The townspeople were gathered outside, waiting for them. "Where have you been?" one of the townspeople asked, concern in their voice. "We were worried about you." Mark and Lara shared a knowing glance, then recounted their adventure in the forest, the discovery of the old campsite, and their narrow escape from the lion. The townspeople listened in awe, hanging on to every word. "You two are incredible," another townspeople said. "Not only have you built us a beautiful castle, but you've also proven yourselves to be true adventurers." As a token of their appreciation, the townspeople organized a celebration in their honor. There were fireworks, music, and a feast with all their favorite foods. Mark and Lara were the guests of honor, their bravery and creativity celebrated by all. The summer's end. As the summer drew to a close, Mark and Lara stood atop the castle tower once more, looking out at the town they had come to love. The sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the landscape. "Thank you, Mark," Lara said, smiling. "This has been an unforgettable summer." Mark nodded, a contented look in his eyes. "Thank you, Lara. I couldn't have asked for a better friend or a better adventure." With a shared sense of accomplishment, they knew that their friendship was built to last, just like the magnificent Lego castle they had created together. And so, the Lego characters, Captain Mark and Architect Lara, continued to embark on many more adventures, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. They explored new lands, faced new challenges, and built even more incredible structures, leaving a legacy of creativity, bravery, and friendship that would be remembered for generations to come.